SK Vibemaker.
And today, the person in the virtual room with me needs no introduction, man. It's Busta Rhymes. What's happening, man?
What's good, King? Everything good, my brother?
Everything is good over here, man. How you feeling, man? You got your 10th album out after all these years, so many years deep in the game. How's Busta Rhymes feeling in 2020?
I don't think I've shed this many tears of joy in my whole career, bro. Honestly, man, like, it's incredible. This feeling, just watching the way everything is transpiring and playing out. It's a phenomenal feeling right now, bro.
It's a beautiful thing, man. And for many, you can't do wrong, you know what I'm saying? But for an artist that's been so many years deep in the game and come back after all these years, did you feel any pressure having that icon legendary status to deliver something so grand?
I prioritize the feeling and how can I cut deep into the souls of the consumers and the fans and the extended family that gotta receive this. I prioritize that too, because obviously if I'm gonna make the music for myself, I could ride around in the car and play this shit all day just for me, you know? But if I'm giving it to the world, I actually gotta do what I'm doing with them in mind. And so, you know, that pressure never leaves you, you feel me? But what I must say is that it gets to a point in this particular case for me with this album and then making it this project, it got to the point where I felt like I had accomplished that 4 or 5 years before I finished the album. Because I was ending up with such incredible pieces. There's so many things that did not make the album that were incredible that I had the luxury of being able to choose from, that the pressure left. I had to give it to the world because I knew the way I was going to slap everybody in their head with this album when it was time. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, that pressure, it wasn't like a pressure throughout the whole 11-year process of making this album. It was probably around the midway point, or a little less than the midway point, that I really knew that I had more than what I needed.
Straight up.
You know, the patience of continuing to just push myself beyond anything that I've ever pushed myself beyond before. Or pushed myself to before. I just wanted to continue to over push myself because so much amazingness was happening. I didn't want it to stop. I started getting addicted to being patient and see what else can happen. We do have this amazing, but what happens if we just be patient a little bit longer or just let the magic happen? We don't know when it's gonna happen, but we'll know when it's time to go, when the feeling speaks unanimously to the room.
Straight up.
And that's why the process took as long. It was a partial pressure, but also just new standards being set.
Busta Rhymes is in the building. How about that?
Thank you, King.
I hope you can appreciate. Look, man, I'm in the studio and I got the vinyl, Busta.
Yo, listen, I was gonna talk about all of that. The Violator album, Put Your Hands Where My Eyes Can See single, Woo Hah single, Source cover. Like you repping on a whole level right now.
You see this right here? This is, I've got the Source magazine right here. Busta Rhymes on the front. What year and month do you reckon this is here? It's
that
a piece of
like
trivia.
98. That looked like 98.
Listen, man, you 3 years off. It's November 2001.
Oh, that's all right. Pardon me, my brother. Pardon me. It looked like 98 time frame, but it's good though, because at the end of the day, that zone that I was in from 96 to 2003 was all this young, charismatic, trying to learn as I go along, Busta Rhymes. Still a baby trying to figure it out. Even though everybody was seeing the hugeness and the success, I was still trying to figure my life out. You know what I'm saying? The beautiful thing about now is I'm still exactly that guy, but I got it figured out. Now I understand properly. I'm the properly informed Busta Rhymes. Now I am my best self, mind, body, and spirit. I'm in the best shape of my life, mind, body, and spirit. So you're gonna get the best Busta Rhymes you've ever gotten, which is why the album sounds and feels the way it does.
So Busta, like, I heard this little story, yeah, I don't know how true this is, that when you were younger, you lived in the UK for a little while. Is that true?
Morecambe and Preston.
Wow.
Yeah.
What brought you to the UK, man?
My mother used to send me to different countries wherever our family was at, just so I could see the world. You know what I'm saying? And she also didn't want me to just be lingering in the streets of Brooklyn when we had summer vacations. You got 2 months off with nothing to do. You ain't gonna do nothing but find mischief and trouble. But come out of the place and go stay with your family in some other country and learn some things about some other people culture. How my moms used to operate. So I was like, all right, I'm gonna go on this experience, stay with my Aunt Val. My Aunt Val, she got like 6 kids, and you know, I was looking forward to that because, you know, I'm gonna be around a bunch of younger generation. It ain't gonna be boring, you know. So I came out with my brother, my only brother, and we was incredible with the breakdancing at the time. And my cousins were so excited about that. You know, they got the real breakdancing cousins and family members from the US that they used to take us around to breakdance everywhere. And, you know, we used to battle dudes and we used to get cool with other breakdancers, and we would just be out there doing it for little money.
This is in the UK?
In the UK, yeah.
Straight.
We used to go in clubs. Yo, clubs was like, yo, y'all too young to be in here, but there's so much talk buzzing about y'all with this breakdancing thing. We gonna let y'all come in and breakdance, give y'all a little money, and then y'all gotta leave because obviously, you know, the whole having us in the club at that age was illegal anyway.
So how old are you these times? What, 14, 15?
I was 12.
Whoa.
I was 12 and my brother was like 8 years old. So, you know, we was moving like that, and it was fun, man. It was incredible, man. It was new, it was different, and it was refreshing because it was a change from anything that I've seen. I've been to Jamaica since I was 2 years old, going back and forth to stay with family. But this was the first time I ever came to England. I was staying in London though, so I didn't get the chance to really experience London. But, you know, between Preston and Morecambe and the little places they would take me to just to hang out, that whole experience was new to me. It was incredible too, because, you know, for the first time, I also saw a lot of white and black interracial relationships for the first time. That was happening in Brooklyn like that. Look at that and was interested in trying to understand, why does this happen here and this ain't happening at home? You know, culture shock, you know, just learning and being able to bring my experiences from what I was seeing and what I was learning and what I was trying to understand back to the crib after being gone for 2 months, and friends in them is asking me, where you been? What you just doing when you was out there? They looking at me like I was a star just because I was able to go to these places. My mom's, though, was very much into, my mother and my father, very much into us having relationships with our family, no matter where they at. They always wanted us to be connected to our family and know who they were, know who your cousins are, know who your uncles and your aunts are, know who your second cousins are, because your cousins might have children. Yeah, they might be younger than you, but they still your second cousins, and they need to know you, and they need to know your children when you have children, so they could be like the first cousins, the way you cousins with the cousins having these children. So that whole system of uprooting the family and making sure that we could trace our family to the oldest living family members and be able to all be connected in some kind of way to the newest family members from the oldest family members was something that my family, my mother and my father, and particularly my mother, she always tried to prioritize that. So that's why the England experience happened for me. Welcome and Preston experience happened for me.
Definitely a piece of information for you that people didn't know, man. I love that story, man. So let's
Thank
talk
you.
about slow flow again, man. You and ODB, obviously you've mastered the flows over the years, fast or slow with the flows. People have always admired the Busta Rhymes flow. Now, new rappers, new MCs, young MCs coming in the game. What tips do you have for them to master the flow, Busta Rhymes?
Let the music dictate the way you're gonna spit. And don't be afraid to follow the feeling. A lot of the times, dudes like to follow each other. Don't follow nobody. It's okay to be inspired by people. Don't follow nobody. And if I follow no boy anyway. You know what I'm saying? You can be inspired. There's nothing wrong with it. We all pull from each other as sources of inspiration. But even with what you're being inspired by, make it your own and turn it into some new kind of magic that you can share with the world. Because if it's coming from you, it needs to feel like it's yours. It needs to feel it's you creating this thing. It sounds like I'm hearing Migos flows and them coming out your mouth. I could go to Migos and get that. You know what I'm saying? What I need that from you for? When I know that they created that flow, right? So, and also what helps with that is let the music dictate the way you're gonna spit. I don't go into songs writing ideas, and if a line come to me that happens outside of the studio, yeah, I might document it so I don't forget it. But I primarily try to make sure that when I'm creating a song, I wait until I'm in the moment right there and I'm getting ready to do it at that moment so that I'm excited about it, the ideas are fresh, and I'm letting the beat tell me how to say it. Because me and you could say the same rhyme. You could say it completely different from me. And it's gonna determine a different result. The way I'm gonna say the same rhyme, I'm gonna sit in the pocket of the rhythm in a way that's gonna be different from you. And that is a feeling thing. You can't really teach that. You can't really explain it all the way for someone to understand. I'm trying my best to, but the feeling dictates everything.
I want to talk about what you done on the Bell Biv DeVoe track as well, the Bell Biv DeVoe sample, produced by the UK's very own Dready as well.
Dready,
the flows that you done on that,
Dready.
the flows that you done on that were a madness. Now, linking with Dready from the UK, how aware are you of what's going on in the UK rap game at the moment?
I'm pretty much aware, you know, the gigs and the Stormzies and them, man, I got enough love for them, man. Some of the newer artists I gotta learn about, you know what I'm saying? When I'm in my zone working on the album, I try to tune out everything else so that I'm not too influenced to go in anybody else's direction. Because I'm still a fan of the music first. And I love it so much that if you turn me into a fan, you might distract my creative process because I'm gonna be busy trying to listen to what you're doing a lot, especially if I love it.
Straight up.
So there's a lot of things that I gotta get brought up to speed on. But you know, there's producers in the UK that I'm very familiar with, the 808 Mellows and the M1s, and M1 just did something for the ELE2, the Extinction Level Event 2, The Wrath of God Reloaded, that came out on November 2nd. Got a song on there that he produced called Hope Your Dreams Come True. So Dready is not the only UK producer on the project now. Now we got one on the project.
M1 on the beat, yeah?
Yeah, and one on the beat is definitely on the project now.
So you're messing with that UK drill.
Oh yeah, you know what I'm saying? So overall, as far as the UK hip hop scene, I am very proud of what I've been seeing and what I've been hearing. And, you know, I'm just trying to make sure that everybody, you know, at the end of the day, that, you know, my love, UK, my love is day one since my conceiving of life, because my family is rooted there, and my experience there from being a child, you know, has played a significant role in the influence, especially the Yardman presence in the UK. I'm saying that is really what contributes significantly to Busta Rhymes as well. You know what I'm saying? Just my style and the way I do what I do. You know what I'm saying? That's direct. The Caribbean UK influence is a different type of magnetic attraction and powerful magnetic attraction. So not only am I always drawn to it, I salute any artist that represent that and make that presence significant in their work as well, especially from the UK. So I'm always ready to work, ready to collab, and ready to get busy and keep pushing the culture forward.
Now, there's so many UK rappers that I could put you on, but I just want to mention two at the moment. Dutchavelli and Dave. If there are two rappers you want to listen to over the weekend, plug in with those two, man.
Dutchavelli and Dave, right?
Dutchavelli and Dave.
All right, cool. I'm definitely doing my homework starting tonight. Matter of fact, right after this interview, I'm gonna go online and peep their work real quick, bro.
Sick.
So I appreciate that. Thanks for putting me on, King.
So let's talk about Woo Hah, man, your debut single. Was that always the first choice to be your debut single out the gate?
It was definitely the first choice to be the first single once I made the lyrics. I knew that I was going to make this record when Rashad made the beat. I knew that the beat was super special, and I knew that nothing sounded like it at the time on the radio. Nowhere. So I was like, if I could get this record right with the lyrics and the hook, and I could make this song as special as this music sounds, I'm definitely gonna make it my first single. But I couldn't really determine that until I completed the song, because, you know, if I didn't approach it creatively the right way, I wasn't just gonna make it the single because I thought the beat was dope. No, I gotta be just as wicked as the beat, or better. So, you know, that came together in a magical way, and it just worked out to reintroduce me as a solo artist to the world. Most incredible way possible, man. I loved it.
And the remix featuring ODB, one of the first collaborations that people might have heard between you and ODB. Take us back to those studio sessions, because we got the new kind of song on the new album as well, man. Talk to me about the origins. I know that you lot was very local growing up and at the same borough. Talk to me about the origins of the relationship with ODB and them studio sessions, man.
Me and ODB, you know, we've been friends for a long time. We talking about 90, 89, 90, you know what I'm saying? We moved in the same circles. You know, we come from the same borough, Brooklyn, New York, and, you know, we both represent the 5% nation of the gods and earths. And, you know, we also made sure that we continued to do what we loved, and we ended up on the same record company together, Elektra Records. Wu-Tang always been a part of my family. You know what I'm saying? I knew Prince Rakeem and The Genius when they was called those names, and known to the world as the world-renowned
RZA and Jizza.
You know what I'm saying? I knew the gods before I actually knew ODB. You know what I'm saying? But they all cousins. So, you know, I got to eventually meet Old Dirty because he always was moving around with them. The studio sessions to make the songs, you know, it took us a couple of days to really just finalize the magic. But once we found the chemistry, it was incredible, man. And, you know, the RZA came through there one night because we needed just, you know, to push Old Dirty forward a little bit just to get the whole energy in the perfect place. But ain't nobody knowing how to work with Old Dirty better than RZA. You know what I'm saying? RZA know how to get it done with Old Dirty. Old Dirty, sometimes he come to the studio and, you know, the God was just exuberant with energy. So he had energy to give. Sometimes, you know, it took a minute to get him to get into the workspace. Workspace.
It was crazy.
And his gun like a madman. You know what I'm saying? But it came together incredibly, man. The video shoot, all of that. You know what I'm saying? Once the song got done, everything that was needed from the big bro, he pulled up and made sure he delivered on stellar levels. You know what I'm saying?
Rest in peace, ODB, man. This month, November, sees the anniversary of his passing and also his birthday. So rest in peace, ODB. You know what I'm saying?
Absolute. The God ain't sound unique. Rest in peace forever, ODB forever. Wu-Tang forever.
Busta, it's been a great conversation today, man. The new album, the 10th album, is out now. What do you want people to take from this album, man?
I just want people to take from this album primarily, you know, how important it is to appreciate a cohesive body of work. I think the streaming universe kind of conditioned the generations now to not really understand or appreciate or even know about how precious listening to a cohesive body of work really feels like. Because they so busy just skipping around and streaming a 1-2 favorite songs from my album, they don't really ever understand the importance or the significance of appreciating the album from top to bottom and not skipping nothing. Because see, in bodies of work like Extinction Level Event 2, The Wrath of God, and all of my catalog, and great albums like America's Most Wanted from Ice Cube, and It Take a Nation of Millions to Hold Us Back from Public Enemy, The Chronic from Dr. Dre, Chronic 2001 from Dr. Dre, Snoop Dogg, Doggy Style, like all of these incredible albums, Tribe Called Quest, Midnight Marauder, Tribe Called Quest, Low End Theory, Tribe Called Quest, We Got It From Here, Thank You For Your Service, the last Tribe album. Like this, you see the track list, right? Mm-hmm. You see the songs that are ID'd on the track list, right? Mm-hmm. But you don't realize there's things happening in between some of these songs, whether it's skits or it's just a beat switch up transition, or somebody said something as a guest that popped up out of nowhere that's not on the track ID list. Mm-hmm. So you skipping through things, you don't know how much treasures that you are missing that's in this work. Mm-hmm. Because you're not just letting it play. Mm-hmm. It's okay to just sit back, get you something to eat, get you something to smoke, get you a little drink, and just chill and let the whole thing play from top to bottom. And I want everybody to walk away with that so that you can understand why this word classic and masterpiece is being thrown around so frequently in such a short proximity of time, because the album only been out for a week. When it comes to Extinction Level Event 2, The Wrath of God, you will get to appreciate even more so why those words are being thrown around in the general consensus conversations. And, you know, I also just want everybody to know Busta Rhymes just pressed the reset button, and I'm coming to bust ass in a way that I have never done before. So y'all take this ass beating with grace. Have a good time busting ass, and I ain't never taking my foot off the gas. It will never be another 11-year wait for no Busta Rhymes out.
SK Vibemaker.